Okay. Hey, everybody. We are, every time I go to get my stuff in order to do things, something else comes up or I see something else and I'm like, if that has anything to do with it. Okay. So before I will start, let me tell y'all this before I forget. I do not remember where I saw it. Somewhere I read that Bethany had got pulled over in Washington. I don't think they said anything about what happened. And I'm not quite clear on what happened. I'm saying that for this. Um, Mini Peaks. I posted a video earlier this morning and had y'all told y'all to watch it. I put her link stuff in my description. Please go and like her videos. That video at least. Subscribe, whatever. But she does have good videos. And to me, it's not like she's just well, she's already said she's a paralegal or was a paralegal, is a paralegal, whatever. And she's familiar with Idaho and Washington and their stuff, apparently. But you could tell that she wasn't just talking like she didn't know what, like she was just reading something. She was just showing us that DOJ actually has that stuff on there. So of course my mind goes to wonder, what if that's why they were saying that we are certain this was a targeted attack? Y'all just have to take my word for it. I mean, I didn't realize people would sit in jail if they weren't like, I don't know if maybe Brian got in trouble. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's just helping. Maybe he's not. I'm not sure. We're going to take this with a grain of salt. I just want to pull cards because what I was saying about Bethany is I was thinking maybe Kaylee or Maddie was an informant. But the thing is they wouldn't really be talking, I wouldn't think. And to me, if they were, they would be talking about what they've uncovered from certain departments around there, which would still put them involved probably, because if they were talking about that, then they would want to ever, because they want them to quiet. But I mean, it does make perfect sense that if people find out you're informants, that they would. But I wouldn't think that they would tell everybody that. So I'm thinking, now, but it kind of makes me think where Bethany and Dylan not maybe, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't. There is a drug aspect of it somewhere on the outline layers or something, but I do not think that they were involved as far as just like distributing everywhere. I just don't. If they were involved in that, somehow they got blackmailed into having to do that or something. In my opinion, they may have done something here and there. And Molly, spelling it because I don't know how long I've been on here. Not 10 minutes yet. No, like 3, y'all. So that is actually two things mixed together. Or here in the South, it is. If you look it up, it doesn't specify it made any different anywhere else, but it is actually, I don't know how to spell it. The medicine or the drug that they get that comes in candy-like form, you hallucinate and stuff. It begins with an E, I think, and then METH, amphetamine. Um, that is what is mixed with around here. So when I looked up, that's what it says. It is mixed with. So there is now, if you look that up, they were doing experiments on people to see what it did to them. So we've got that. Ashley from the Reckoning Code's got that in some readings. I only watched like 5 tarot. I think one of the, I want to say Miss Jen has. I can't remember though definitely, but and I've got it. And people start freaking out when we start talking about drugs, but I do not mean that these kids were on. You can tell that they were not strung out. They do not look that way. Period. Okay. Also, I mean, I just don't think they were out on the street just selling. I don't care what their house was. It may have been a party house. That don't mean that they brought it, but something that happened. Whether Dylan was, or let me just say, DM was doing it. I can't see BF. She might have been, but y'all, I didn't realize she was way young. She's only 18, like 18 or 19, or she just turned 19, something like that. Somebody said. I haven't looked at her birthday at all. She looked kind of naive, and I think she may be young, just young. But but then there's the aspect that DM's boyfriend, and maybe they weren't informed, maybe they thought they were. You know what I mean? Maybe they got mad because he was in and out of the house doing whatever. Because if I'm not mistaken, her dad don't. It may not be her dad connected to high profile crime or high crimes like that. His dad, I think, but I think it is her dad. But I can't remember. So I know he said he's never been to Moscow. That's a daggone lie. Because yes, he has. At one point, I think he was staying there. Is what more than one person has said. So I don't know what he's talking about, but um, so I'm not sure exactly what on this. We're just going to pull cards for this situation, anyways, about informants or whatever. Um, I do know that the police one time when they were going to their house, and I'll have to find it. I think Lana had it on her thing. Some other people did too, and I think it's still out there. But they said that they need the people that are working here. They wouldn't say working, and they said the word, but then they said live here. So that was real funky. But they could have done that on purpose, or that you know reaction or whatever. Because I'm going to be honest with you, like I said before, and I'm going to do cards still on Linda Lane and on Dot, not on Dot personally, Dot the person, but the story. Because I am kind of questioning everything that people are putting out for somebody to debunk real quick, because I think they're doing that on purpose so that it can go away. And what I think they're doing it is trying to manipulate it in a way that we're going to debunk it, but there's truth to it. That makes no sense. What I'm saying is I've explained it before, but like the Dot person, I'm not saying it's real, she's real, he's real, whatever. I'm not saying they are, no, they're not. I'm saying that the way I look at it is it may not be their story, but it's somebody's story that actually has some truth in it. It may not be word for word truth, okay? But I do believe that it's a story that has some truth in it. I don't know whose story it is. I mean, it may not be that person. I know that people said that they debunked them with another case. I don't remember what case this summer. I don't know if it was. I don't remember whose case y'all. Everybody said it was in, but somebody named Brad or something. I don't even remember. Let me not even say the names because I can't remember the names that y'all are saying. But I'm saying that I'm just not gonna put it out there that everything. I won't entertain somebody calling me or wanting to get on my platform saying I'm not gonna do all that. But I'm just saying that while everybody else decides whether they're gonna debunk or not debunk or whatever they're doing, or everybody decided they're gonna do that, I've said from the start there's something real, and I had a real strong feeling there's some parts of that story real, if not most all of it. Whose story it is, I don't know. Don't know. I know that she said something about she was. I don't know if she was good friends with Dylan, but she knew Dylan, and this could be a story that she said. We don't know. Um, I mean, now I think she's trying to keep everybody from talking, but we don't know what will start up because there's so much, and that's the way they wanted this case too, where there's so much that we don't know what's heads or tails about it. And that is why I'm saying that I don't just go in and debunk everything, because if you think about that really hard, what is somebody going to do that wants to get everybody confused on a case? Exactly what they're doing, exactly what's going on, you know. So for the people that think that the prosecution is all completely innocent, that everything they're doing is just, and that does not mean that everybody in the prosecution is guilty. That does not believe everybody in Moscow Police Department is guilty of doing this. I'm saying there's some sort of something, and if there's not, then they really are trying to make it look like there is. So, and that's the only thing about this case being an informant case. I think they would have a little bit more control over, you know what I mean, like this too wild and everywhere. So I'm not sure. I still have not figured it out. I believe there's a link. There's too much coming through about a link, you know what I mean, the main person, that it's going to be hard for me to figure out because I don't know the people. You know what I mean? Like, they're business owners there, but it's going to be very hard for me to like narrow down. These cards are not going to say, it's Dandy Do Sue Lily. I mean, it's not that. I don't know. The only people we know, or I know of, are the people that we talk about. And even some of them, I didn't know who some of these frat people were, or some of these other people, because I know that one of the, I think it was on Bubbly Water. No, it was on Maya's. I think that's how you say her name, Maya. And if I'm saying her name wrong, she does tarot, but I really like her. But they asked would something about a reading on somebody, and I was like, two of the people I knew, and I was like, are the other two people frat people, you know? And I wrote them down because I'm just going to pull cards. Um, but as far as me being able to like determine exactly who this person is, unless we have more clues, I'm not. If y'all think you know who it is, I mean, I was thinking, I mean, I'm going to go and this is speculation, y'all. I have no idea. So if this person is really sweet and just no ways he is, the only reason I'm saying this is because it can link Maddie and Santa back to it. The Mad Greek person, the lady that owns that place, but I have no idea. And the only reason I'm saying that, somebody said something about her the other day too. And I tried to look up her stuff, and you can look up to where she's lived in different places. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't really know whether she's been married before or she's married now or anything. I don't know what ties she had, you know. So I'm not saying that that's definitely it before somebody goes and tells us later. Like I said, this is speculation, and I don't even know. I've never even heard the lady talk. I have no idea. And this is going to be a person. This link is somebody that's probably hidden good. That if you're not, even if you're in the town, if you don't know, you don't know. You know what I mean? There's not going to be too many people that do know. I know people said something about Ian Harshaw, and I just don't. I just can't. I don't get down with the fact that he may, and I may do a reading on him. He's just goofy, and maybe he's doing that on purpose. But I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know that I can even see him, and I mean, that could be the one that might be the one that's able to do it all. And everybody think it's him. I just can't even see him. I don't know. He's very smart though, so I mean, I don't know. So, but I've got so many readings I've still got to do. I mean, 16-year-old girl that was murdered, the cheerleader, they did arrest somebody. It was somebody that was not documented, which means he come over the border without probably just one of that. And do y'all see this random? This is the second person, if he is that, and this is the second child basically that has gotten unalive by somebody that has no documentation. So this is the problem when people say, well, what does it matter that people are coming over our borders? I'm not saying they're all bad. Two of our children have gotten unalived, and their parents have found them, both of them, their parent, and they were both in apartments. That's another weird thing. By people that, and that's just the start of this, y'all. I'm not even talking about that right now because we're talking about this part, but that's just, people need to wake up is all I know to say. And I don't know what to tell you. It's not theories. I'm not trying to be dramatic or anything else. I'm dead serious. If you watch mainstream media, you need to get on YouTube and find some news that you trust and listen to that. Because you will pee your pants at the difference in the news that you get and what's really going on. In fact, you might be confused for a little while. But mainstream media is telling you their narrative, their script that they're told to tell you, which is barely anything. Go see how many times our bases have gotten attacked by Iranian-backed terrorists in Saudi Arabia. Go see how long they got attacked for the other night. Go see how many ballistic missiles have been thrown over at them. So, and I'll talk about news later. That's just another mess, and my head hurts thinking about it. So, anyways, back to this. We're going to take this with a grain of salt, and I'm going to pull a couple of cards. I've just got a couple of questions, and we're going to see where it goes. We will keep this in mind with this because this could be a mix of things. I don't think there's going to be just one thing that this ends up being, y'all. I mean, this is a lot because there's energy in everything that we're doing, pulling. So, I mean, it's like there's nowhere you turn where something's not involved, basically, is the way I feel. So, I mean, and I have a feeling it's going to be all this stuff put together in some wild, what they consider conspiracy theory with tinfoil hats. They're going to be looking stupid because it can't be conspiracy theory when it's proven, you know. And I think it's going to be all of this crap put together, and how it's going to, I don't even know. I mean, I think it's a big old daggone mess. But it's four people's lives. It wasn't even just one, it was four people's, and it's just, I don't know. But anyway, so we're going to do this. And there's some days I get like this. There's so many different, I'm like, I mean, it just gets overwhelming. I mean, if these kids had this much information, I mean, my God, something's got, I mean, this is crazy to me. But anyway, so we're going to go down this road and see what, if any we can find. I mean, there's just weird stuff going on. That if it ends up not being weird, it sure was made to look daggum weird. They sure worked real hard to make it look weird. So, you know, I, but I don't fight with nobody on this. Everybody has their own opinions. Nobody needs to go ask nobody anything. These are tarot card readings, y'all. You can't take this to the police and say, look what we have. We flip this card over, this, because they can't. You know what I mean? It's just not going to work that way. But this, the reason most people do this, the reason I do it is because, you know, there are people that watch it that it may give them clues to find, which I don't know whether we're getting clues. Yeah. I mean, we are. I'm saying that. This case right here is, I mean, I don't even know when it's going to end, start to end. Okay. So, were the girls, this is the title, I'm sorry, I had to get my head back together too, y'all. Okay. Were the girls at the, wait a minute. Were the girls, okay, sorry. Were the girls, or at least one of the girls, an informant for someone in law enforcement? It doesn't have to be Moscow. It could be somebody else. Um, let's see what answers we get. Okay. Okay, so could the info that the girls, this is the question, could the info that the girls have be because one or both of them are informants who became a target because of that reason? That somebody found out they were informants, like, you know, telling people, okay. Because could they have been a target because of that reason? They were because they were helping Ellie, whether that be Moscow or even federal or another, you know, Holman, whatever. Could that be why the parents are not even getting information on the case updates? Yeah. So is that why not even the parents are being, you know what I mean? Because if, even if the kids were the informants, like they won't, there's a lot of things they won't, and that just, yeah. I'm so tired. Yes, y'all, I'm thinking too out loud. Okay. Yeah, I need to clear my energy because there we go. All this stuff gets, it's like a lot sometimes. Okay. Let's see. Could the info that the girls had be because one or both of them are informants who came who became a target because of the fact that they were informants? Um, they were helping LE, whether they were helping LE or another law enforcement office, it could even be federal. Is that the reason that the parents are getting very little information as well on this case? They're not getting no more than the public gets, because usually they get more. Ten of Swords, painful ending, stabbed in the back, loss, being left to bleed out, crisis, deep wounds, collapse, exhaustion, betrayal, and failure. So, I mean, if we're going down that road with this grain of sand we're taking, or salt we're taking with this, we would say yes. Sword, that's over, you know. King of Swords in reverse, which has been most of the time is been the, you know, irrational dictator controlling cold rushes, ruthless, inhumane, dishonest, manipulation, controlling, abusive power. Okay, so abusive power. So I don't know if he's singing, y'all, so just, yeah, if he comes in here singing, I don't know. My fiance. Anyway. And then we have the Seven of Wands, exhaustion, giving up, reverse, sorry. Exhaustion, giving up, overwhelmed, weak boundaries, quitting, giving up. Does I say giving up again? It sure does. Giving up, admitting defeat, yielding, and surrender. So to me, this is just confirming the person that did it, and then who is that? This is Seven of Wands. Um, upright, that one is standing your ground, boundaries. That would be them defending themselves. Being able to fight that off. This is not them. So that's just telling the story. Hang on, y'all, 1 second. Can you close that door, Stephen? That's just telling the story of, you know, like I said, we're going to take this with a little bitty grain of salt because we just don't know. Okay, let's see. The next question I had was, did Dylan find out about one or both of the girls being an informant, and that is what they were fighting about at the house? Because they were fighting. They said, and I think one of their parents said they had been having spat something anyway. But I know they said they were fighting around the house. Maybe because Dylan's dad's history, or Dylan was involved in, that, or Quinn was there involved in it, and Quinn and his shenanigans, or maybe others in the house were involved in dealings and having informants that close is just, not okay. So the first thing that came out was the Star, which is in the public, and then the Hierophant, which is organizations, long-standing organizations like frats, or different organizations that have certain rules and all that. Star in public. So that could, to me, that means, yeah, she knew that they were informants. Dylan being the way it looks, the way she is, and seems the way she is with that. She could have been, or you know what? They might not have even been. They might have been finding the people movement thing, and maybe they were going to try and do something about that. It didn't have to do with the RUGS, but maybe it was about the people movement thing or the kid movement thing, and DM found out about it, overheard, and she knows who the link is, so she told her, whatever, and these dogs are on my computer down here, I'm going to beat them because they just undid it again. Anyways, they told her that they were going to squeal about something, anything, or tell somebody, and that could have started. I've thought about that before. So, because I believe she was jealous. There's just nothing that's going to convince me she wasn't. That's the way I feel about that. Let's see. What other questions did I write down here? My gosh. I want that to work that good. It wouldn't work that good. Okay. Well, what did I do with my other questions? Lord have mercy. I lost them. No, write down anymore. Hang on, y'all. Okay. Hang on, let me think of the other one because there was something else I was asking. I guess I wrote it down. Oh, if y'all remember, and I don't know, I think it was in Lana's video or the one she got, but I've seen it outside of that, like just by the videos that were on YouTube, where the cops went up to the house, I guess, for a noise complaint. And they asked who was working. They went to say working, and they said lives here. So, no, this is stupid. Like, whatever, but I'm still gonna ask because that could have just been a, I don't know. It was just weird though. So the cops, when they went up to the house, asking who lived there, and they asked who worked there, did that have, was that a oops, or was that actually a fact? And then they had to make an oops. Oh, well, look, the devil. Okay, and temperance always, blah, blah, blah. Temperance also come out whenever I was asking the question, and that balance, keeping everything in balance. So to me, it just confirms when they went to say work, they had to turn around and say house. That was to keep it in balance so that nobody, even though, yeah. And then the devil come out whenever. So at any rate, I think some of the authority figures were the devil. And that just is toxic energies, obsessions, attachments, addictions, oppression, abuse, shadow self, materialism, sexual lust, greed, and envy. Oh, that just made me sick thinking about that. But anyways, okay, so oh yeah, and the police, because like she said, not Neeks Peak said, there's a difference, and I did not think about that, but there's a difference in an undercover cop and an undercover car. Undercover cop is going to be out in the crowd mingling like that. An undercover cop still wears his, I mean, an undercover car, they still have their uniform on. These cops have plain clothes on. So even if they would have got out of the house and ran for help, they wouldn't have known to stop right there like those other boys didn't, because they didn't know they were cops. So they didn't even know who was supposed to be protecting them. And I've not heard of them doing that before. I've not heard of them doing that after. If you look in their budget, that car, well, one, that car is not made for police. It was not. It was a regular civilian car. Number two, they have to have something to identify them as cops anyway, period. And that is crazy because, like she said, if you're looking for help, anywhere you have an undercover cop around that's mingling, there's still usually, whether you see them or not, other law enforcement around for help. You don't see an undercover cop and an undercover car with nothing like to represent. That's crazy. So that makes no sense. And it was stupid anyway because, again, they haven't done that again. And why would they be doing that right there, fraternity houses, about drinking? Like, they don't know that. That's just stupid. If they were going to do that, they should have started that long before. They don't do that just one night and then never do it again. Hell, that was weird. So really, I don't even have to pull hard from that because that's common sense to me, but we will. For folks that just cannot see how there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, so the story I just told was that shady stuff going on. I'm sure it was. The story I just told, I'm not telling all over again. On the night of, it was already the 13th, with the police officers that had no car, no clothes, no nothing, saying they were cops. Nine of Cups in reverse. Moody, turmoil, avoiding conflict, vanity, disappointment, unrealistic, jealousy. Unrealistic is, well, yeah. And then they didn't even do anything. They knew they were drinking, they were underage anyway, and so they're out there to do that specific thing, but then they let them, none of that made any sense. Like, you don't have to pull cards for that. And if people cannot understand how they are not paying attention or they are just idiots and do not care, on any night that would not make sense, but especially there, right there in front of the houses, right there when that's supposedly going on. What in the heck is really going on? So if none of these cops are crooked, they sure have went out of their way to accidentally make themselves look ridiculous. So I just can't. Anyway, I just don't understand. And I know no cases where they're not telling the parents anything. I don't care if they're grown. I mean, by age they might be grown. I mean, I just don't. All weird. All weird. Anyway, so let's see. I don't know if we're gonna be able to tell this, especially me, because sometimes I can't tell with time on here, but we'll see. Is the trial for Brian Cover gonna come sometime in 2024, like maybe the more the beginning and the end, or oh Lord, okay, family trouble, disconnection, misaligned values, broken, struggling relationship, unhappy home, separation, or disharmony. This is Ten of Cups in reverse. Well, that's I hope that card's wrong. Awful. Okay. So can I just have clarification on the Ten of Cups? We're going to use these true crime and conspiracy. Alicia Whitaker's cards. Moon something manor. Moonlitmanor.com. Alicia Wicker. You can just Google Alicia Wicker or go to her on YouTube, and you can go to her page. And I think they're on sale right now too. Both decks, I think. It's got some kind of thing going. Till December. I don't remember the date, so y'all have to go check it. No, she does not sponsor me. I just really like her card, so that's why I'm telling y'all this. Anyway. Change. Something's going to change in us with climate change. I don't even say that because that's just, then people are idiots. That with that climate change, I just change. Something's changing. Or that could mean the climate's going to change before there's a trial, which means different seasons. So, or maybe, I don't know about Idaho and Alabama, that could be tomorrow. Anger, communication in reverse. So anger about lack of communication, it looks like. Can we get some more information on this? And this is about the trial and, like, clarification why it's not starting or whatever, why it's upside down, and basically saying we're going to start at the beginning of 20, or maybe not at all in 2024, I don't know. But anyway. So can we get more clarification on this anger and lack of communication? Yeah, I'm sure we can guess. However, please get more clarification on this anger and lack of communication. It could be two-faced too, because there's a bunch of faces in there. So, oh look, egotism. Okay, so okay, let's see what that is. Oh look, there's a link. Okay, I was gonna say, can we know what the despite their anger and stuff is? So okay, let's see about this. Is the link gonna be found? Is it gonna be brought to the attention who the link is in the public eye at all, or even in the court eye? Okay, he's playing with the dogs, y'all. If y'all hear all this in the background, I don't know if y'all can or not. I'm just letting you know what that is. Okay. So are we gonna know publicly at all who this link is? I mean, it really bothers me now. Oh, I know. Yeah. Death. Well, I don't know if that means I'm gonna die, she's gonna die. I'm just playing. I don't think we will. I don't think, because I think she's well protected. Is that saying no and that she's well protected? Is that saying no, that she is well protected? Affair, yeah, they're working together. They're affair upright. They're working on the same. They're together. So I mean, enough of hiding anyway. That is. So, but I think that the link will be, and that's, yep, I got my mind, and that was answering my question. She'll be taken down. She won't be the same. It's not going to be her making all this money, her doing all this shady stuff. Like she's going to lose everything, I believe. Not be able to, might tell on herself, Lord have mercy. So we'll know if it's the Mad Greek. I guess if that woman sells that business, we know it's her. I don't know if it's her or not, y'all. I'm just saying. Oh well, that's alive in reverse. So she may unalive herself. I'm not sure what that means. Oh well, that might be saying this is the corrupt policy. Oh well, she might not. That might happen. That's weird, isn't it? Oh look, real news. So it just confirmed that for me. Well, thanks. So
I guess somebody is. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say about that murder for hire thing. That's just she might have her some enemies. Fair to say that she has some kind of enemies or will have. That's not scared. Well, we're not gonna take all them. Let's do this again. Fair to say she has some kind of enemies or will have some kind of enemies or whatever that is not scared. Well, see that? Yep. Freedom in reverse. Not free. So not free, not free of having enemies. Neighborhood in reverse. Oh, exposed. Exposed. Deep state in reverse. This is just, I mean, the higher up people lies. There we go. Lies. More lies. Premeditated. Oh, well. Secret weapon revealed. Secret's out. Okay. That's a secret. Digital evidence revealed. Oh, inside job revealed. Oh, look at there. You're selling your soul. Big Pharma reveal. Big Pharma. Frozen trapped should be trapped. Trapped. Um, environmental hazard in reverse. It'll be not environmental. It'll be man-made hazard. Crimes against humanity exposed. Witness exposed. So that's telling me this might be a witness, actually, like one that we don't know about. Period. Crossroad will be at the end of her road. Alrighty then. Well, okay. I think that's good for that. I think we got a little bit of information, so we'll take all of this with a grain of salt. Remember, this is a card reading. This is not fact. No facts, all speculation. Please do your research. Come up with your own theory. Please use your brains. Please, if you're going to repost our Constitution or anything else, please Google it so you don't mess it up. Look retarded because you are not my word. Look crazy because you misspoke on the Constitution when you have Google in front of you, and you can Google it to make sure that you are quoting something correct. That's the anything. Thought I would give some advice. Okay, anyways, y'all have a good day. I will be back. I've got to do these other spirit-led messages for daily stuff, and I'm going to explain something that I'm going to do maybe if I have enough people that want to do it. So I will be back, but I wanted to do that and explain that video from this morning. If y'all have questions, email me, comment, whichever way's faster, probably commenting. If you're going to say something mean or rude or tell me that this is fake or this, why waste your time? Because all I'm going to tell you is why are you sitting here watching this then or even telling me anything about it? I mean, you know, you still have free will. So, yeah. Anyways, y'all have a good day. You still have free will. So, yeah. Anyways, y'all have a good day.